Hello and welcome to another episode of Pixel Squirt, the internet's one of the shows on the internet about porn. The internet's one of the shows. I'm your host Laura, here as ever with Mari and Stacey from the Geek Remix channel. Hello.
Hello! We are the premier video game porn review cast.
Yes.
Exactly. We are here to tell you what porn is good, what porn is bad, what porn is weird, what porn is porn. It's a good old time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are the definitive, and if you disagree with us, you're wrong. No,
yeah, no, we're the only people who are allowed to have a correct opinion on porn, so there we go.
If you are aroused by something different, there's something wrong with you, and you're dirty. We're just playing.
Before we get into what porn we've watched and reviewed this week, I believe we had a question that we're gonna address before we do anything else. Who wants to talk about that?
So, I'm Stacey, by the way. And so last week we had watched Blue Star episodes 1 and 2. And in episode 2, it is Jack who is propositioning a male Batarian for sex to pay for his spaceship ride. And a person asked me, so in the beginning of the video, Jack is rather forcefully propositioning this Batarian to pay him with sex. And the person asked me, Jack is pretty forceful and grabby with this guy at the beginning of the video. And I was wondering how you would feel if their gender roles were reversed.
I would say that I am inherently sexist, and I know it. And
well, at least you acknowledge it. It's cool.
I'm kind of joking, but I'm being for real. Like, we all have our sexist attitudes, but there's also the establishment of consent at the beginning, so it's, like, not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I think I did see the comment, and I had to think about it. For me, there's definitely... It would have felt more uncomfortable the other way around, and I did try and stop and have a think about, like, okay, why would I find the guy being the one being forceful more uncomfortable? And I think a lot of it just comes down to, it is a reality that in the world we live in, there is certainly, usually, stereotypically, men being forceful in a creepy way is more common than that with women, and as such there is a power dynamic at play that makes one version of that feel creepier than the other. Well, and that's, whether the situation's identical or not, it's just a bias that I'm aware I have just because of personal experience, I suppose.
I don't mind when... Actually, I really like it when a male is forceful on a woman, but in a way that's...
Consensual?
Yeah. And established that the woman is enjoying herself, or at least... If she's looking like she's not enjoying herself, you know that she is because there's some sort of, like... Established dynamic where you know that both partners are enjoying themselves.
That it's role-playing.
It's role-playing. Yeah. Like, even if, like, the dude's, like, whipping her with a bullwhip. Like, if I know that the woman is happy being in the situation, I'm happy for it.
Like... It's difficult to have it as a hypothetical because so much of whether that would be creepy in reverse or not would come down to execution.
It plays out.
Yeah, it's in theory it might be different or it might be the same depending on how it's pulled off. But
so when I thought about this, the first thing that came to my mind is I thought about how he is acting in the situation, and he doesn't seem like when the person asked the question, they were kind of. The implication was that the woman would not be receptive to the man's advances, when I think that if the gender roles were reversed and the woman was in the Batarian's position, then she would be acting like he does, where she just actually genuinely wouldn't know what Jack was asking for, and... Or what the man was asking for.
Wasn't enthusiastic, but wasn't unwilling.
But then, but when he finally understands what she's asking about, he says, why didn't you just say so? And he's all in. It's
weird in that he is all in, but then you have the weird contrast of, like, when the sex is actually happening, he's just kind of stone-faced and not reacting, which, in spite of his enthusiastic verbal consent, he doesn't appear to be enthusiastic during it, which is, like... just a weird side effect of the way they didn't animate his face very much.
Well, but when we were contacted by Lord Aardvark about that, and one of the things that he said was that because basically he wanted Jack to be like the focal point of the video, and that because she's like the one that initiates it, he wanted her to be the one that's like more aggressive and into it, because it would have screwed with the power dynamic if it was like, oh hey, I'm gonna pay you with sex, and then the Batarian is like, do this, do that, blah blah.
Yeah, that would have felt weird.
You know, that would have felt weirder, I think.
Yeah, I think I think it's definitely an interesting discussion to be had, but like ultimately a lot of it would come down to how would the execution be. But yeah, it's a thing that's of note. And also, big thank you to Lord Aardvark for paying attention to our coverage and giving us, you know, nice detailed response again. It's really nice when people who make porn pay attention to our critique.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote this like really awesome Tumblr post response, answering all of our critiques in a very like measured and considering way, and that was really thoughtful.
Yeah. It was a really nice response to read that it didn't in any way feel like it was talking down to any of us. It's just like, no, here's my side, and so on and so forth, and it was a nice way to... It was good. I was a big old fan of that, so thank you, Lord Aardvark.
Now, on to the good stuff.
Yeah. Now, on to... Minecraft porn.
Yeah, today we're talking about Minecraft porn, and we're not talking about just like... We're not talking about one series or one creator. We're talking about a bunch of small, separate Minecraft porns that we found on... Is that the correct term? Porns?
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of like... You know how people go to Newgrounds to figure out how to do animation? I feel like porn animators go to Minecraft porn to figure out how to do animation. Like, this all feels like... You know, some 18 or 19-year-old, I don't want to say teenager, but at the end of the day, it probably is like some 15-year-olds animating Minecraft porn.
Yeah, and before we get into it, I want to say there are some interesting things I'm curious to talk about when we get through this, because there are some stylistic choices that vary from Minecraft porn creator to Minecraft porn creator. So, should we start...
It depends on how much they want to commit to the art style.
Yeah, we'll get there when... I think the very first point I have on the very first porn on the list is probably a good point to talk about that. So, I'm going to suggest we start with Minecraft, the best treatment ever, brackets, Nurse Request by Sexy Man 45.
Yes!
I love how you love the title just as much as we did.
I wrote down the whole thing just so that I wouldn't forget.
I think several of these, they're not as good unless you put the full title. You need the entire thing for some of these to work.
The title is, like, what makes half of these videos sometimes. Because, like, Request by Sexy Man 45. So somebody out there specifically wants to I get it. You're a teenager. You're blossoming as a sexual being.
No, clearly not. You're 45 years old, apparently. Sexy Man 45.
Sexy Man 45.
But I'm saying, like, I understand why people would want Minecraft porn if, like, you're a blossoming young adult and you're playing a lot of Minecraft and you have sexual feelings.
I mean, we don't know. Like, it could be Sexy Man 1945, year of birth.
God. Or you're a very old, creepy man. But I can...
Oh, yeah, go on.
I see the role-playing that's happening in these videos where I had a similar experience, not a sexual one, with, like, Neopets.com, where you'd go on the role-playing forums and you'd be like, yeah, I live in Neotopia, I'm going to Lugari Island and, like, Jelly World and stuff. So, like, when I see these people, they're, like, role-playing the life they want in Minecraft. Like, they want to be in Minecraft, and they also want to have sex. Have a sexually active life while role-playing in Minecraft.
Yeah. So, we'll start with the best treatment ever, and the first thing I want to bring up is a stylistic choice that varies wildly between these Minecraft porns. How do we feel about Minecraft characters with spherical boobs?
Yeah.
Well, and also, it really depends between each one, because some of them, the genitals in overall, have square shapes, and other ones have round shapes. And then one of them's just a picture of a vagina on where the vagina should be.
Yeah. So, like, this was a weird thing that struck me that I never stopped to think about until we started watching Minecraft porn, which was, like, my assumption was that every Minecraft porn creator would have blocky boobs, because surely if you're, like, the thing you've decided is, I want to see Minecraft porn, surely spheres and curves are going to pull you out of the experience and remind you that this isn't canonical Minecraft.
Yeah, you have to commit to the art direction here, man.
Yeah, but I mean, did you see the tiny little vag lips in this one? Like, the little itty-bitty, like...
I'm trying to remember, was this the one that had, like, rectangular lips? Oh, yeah, blocky labia.
I'm skipping back through
labia.
The video so that we have visual confirmation that the vaginal labia is rectangular in shape.
Yeah.
It is sharp angles.
Yeah, but then also the man in this, his erection is cylindrical. So, like, there's a weird inconsistency of, like, why did you give part of these spherical and curves, but then make the labia blocks? What was the design decision?
And also another design thing is, like, I know this probably makes sense when you're playing Minecraft, is that when you're a quote-unquote girl, you have your hair going down to, like, your hips, but it's, like, just colored blocks on your body.
Oh, yes.
But then you have the boobs, so for a while I was like, what is this, like, weird, like, boob thing? And I was like, oh, it's their hair, but they, like, didn't put it over their boobs.
Mm-hmm. It's the brown underhair boob lines.
Of course.
So, like, we'll get there eventually. One of these porns did hair in a different way that I vastly preferred. But every time that they had spherical boobs with, like, the hairlines painted on the body under the boobs, it was weird and distracting.
Yeah, because I didn't understand what it was for a bit.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like boob sweat stains or something.
I think I didn't get it until we saw whichever one of the porns we're going to watch that had the rainbow-coloured hair.
Yes.
And that's where I eventually worked out what was going on. Because initially, it does just look like weird...
I'm so sorry.
That's alright. The dog is very angry about boob hair.
Well, yeah, hold on. She's got to go take care of the door. We had somebody knock.
Ah, fun. Okay, where were we? So yeah, there's the brown marks under the boobs were really confusing initially. Other things that are really weird to me about this one and are consistent for a lot of these, there's zero sound.
For which? No, wait, there wasn't?
Well, at least initially. The introduction where they're, like, undressing and things, there's no talking, there's no music, it's just silently happening, and eventually you get a little bit of sound in this one, but I think the sound you get is a repetitive sound of boob clapping and mild bed springs.
Yeah, it's, the sound design in a lot of these are
interesting,
amateur at best.
Yeah.
Which also makes me think this is being done by teenagers.
I'm imagining it's being done by people who were in living situations where they can't get away with making sex sounds into a microphone. Like, that was my assumption, is like, you know, you are in a room and your housemates are on the other side of the wall, and it's like, I can't really sit here and make moaning sex sounds for this porn.
I can't get past the fact that a lot of these people live with their families.
Yeah.
And like, are probably teenagers.
I'm trying not to assume that, but that's a possible explanation that might explain some of the lacking sound design. So yeah, Nurse comes in to treat Minecraft Man, and for some reason, it's very unclear why. She initially undoes his trousers and exposes his penis. Maybe the problem is with his penis.
Let me just point out that, like, they do a striptease.
Well, she takes off his shoes.
She takes off his shoes by touching his foot, and the shoe disappears. But then she takes her clothes off.
I thought she took
just
her
some
clothes
credit
off.
to these people. She pulls her pants down, which is a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, that was impressive. Yeah, no, I'm completely unclear as to why she undressed herself and sat on his penis. Like, in what way was this medically necessary? There's no dialogue. We don't know.
We're gonna have to ask Sexy Man 45.
Yeah, Sexy Man 45.
What is the narrative here?
What illness did this man have that could only be cured by her taking her clothes off and sitting on his penis?
Bonitis.
Haha.
Maybe he had a chronic case of blue balls.
Her boobs. I described them in my notes as bouncing like weightless balloons.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody with large breasts that are similar to those, I'm trying to think what my boobs do when I'm on top.
They don't leap up that much.
I can't imagine them ending up leaping quite as close to your face. Because in this, I kept watching it being like, if one of those hits you in the face, you're going to get a concussion, nurse.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, how much do they move? I'm going to have to ask my current sex partner what my boobs do.
Do they come up in front of your face?
Stacey, remember that time I laid down next to you and my boob hit me in my face?
But that's different. You're laying down. They're already moving with gravity.
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to what my boobs are doing when I'm on top.
Do you notice nipples flying past your eyes? If not, they probably don't come that high up.
We don't know. We don't know. We're gonna have to call someone up right now. We're gonna have to put them on speakerphone. What do my boobs do?
So
I'm at work.
So of this 4 minutes and 40 seconds long pornography, 4 minutes of them are no changing of angles, just the nurse bouncing up and down on his penis.
Slowly,
yeah. But then changing pace.
It changes pace a little bit, but not drastically.
Here's the thing, though, is that if you were moving that slowly, your boobs would not move that much. You know what I mean? Like, I could see if you were really, like, hammering up and down, you'd get some, like, movement, but she's moving way too slow for that to be...
I think my biggest issue with how long is spent on that is just, this, you could have cut out a good minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, and nothing would have been lost from this, and it's only 4 minutes 40 long, because...
Maybe it needs to be long enough for the people who are watching to masturbate to that visual.
Well, yeah, I suppose, but really,
when you're 15, you don't need a lot of, by the time you're 20, you need, like, 4 different tabs open, and then, 17 different clips. When you're 15... This is all you need.
You just like, okay, that one bouncing animation is doing it for me. Let's just stick on that for like 3 or 4 minutes and we're good.
Yeah. Once you're older and you've become jaded to the world, you need more. But when you're 15, that's all you need.
That's all you need. But like, it is weirdly like just slow and lifeless and just nothing changes for 4 minutes. It's not exciting, this, is it?
No. I feel bad for being so brutal because I really feel like I'm judging an amateur sex animator.
Well, like, I know I couldn't create something like this, so whoever you are, Sexy Guy 45 or whoever, like, you've done better than I could do.
Yeah, you've already done better than us.
What is the name of... Should we say the name of the...
People can look it up if they want to know.
Oh, maybe the guy didn't make it.
I think Sexy Guy 45 requested it.
Oh my god.
What?
No way.
What?
I just opened this guy's profile. His name's I Am Cringe, and his, like, banner image is zombie floating ghost dicks, like, fucking... What? And it's, like, a boob, and, like, there's, like, a zombie motorboat. There's just so many dicks and zombies.
That looks like a zombie orgy.
My god!
Zombie gangbang.
We should have watched this guy. Oh my god! There's Minecraft Fuda threesome with spiders.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just
shouting.
Oh,
sorry.
Wow.
sorry. I'm just with spiders.
So getting back to the Minecraft, this was like the opposite of what we had last week, where last week we had like high numbers of angles and different positions, and this was just, we did the position and now the cum happens and it dribbles down over penis and there we go.
I just keep thinking, like, this is somebody's introduction into animation. Later they're going to be working at Pixar. Hey, they're learning the basics.
They've gotten, like, millions of views on this stuff, so...
They're learning the
clearly did
basics,
something
and they're
alright.
yeah. Like, first of all, we are criticizing you if you're listening to this. You're improving all the time, and I hope you follow your passion.
Well, I will give them credit for one little bit of detail I thought was a nice touch, which is as soon as male Minecraft man has finished up, his erection very quickly shrinks away. I was like,
but then it comes back.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It comes back way too quickly. But the fact that it's like, the moment has happened, erection subsides. That was an unnecessary detail that felt like a good amount of detail to add. So I made note of that.
And then she puts her pants back on, and then she gives him a hand job.
Kind of.
Yeah.
She doesn't have fingers or a thumb.
Oh yeah.
She gives her a flesh stick job.
Yeah, the penis kind of goes through the block of flesh that is her arm/hand. It's a weird element of the character designs, I suppose.
But is that what people watching Minecraft porn want to see?
Well,
Because
at
that's
least-
how the game is.
Yeah, at least unlike the spherical boobs, at least this was could have been in character. This was working within the rules of the universe.
Is this what they want to see when they masturbate? They want to see, because if he animated a block hand, I'm imagining a hand made out of smaller rectangles, would that have been oh, I can't get into this because this is too much,
Yeah, I did have one thing that made me laugh at the end. When the hand job is finished and he's having his little moment of coming, the little tiny white missile lines that fly very directly into her mouth. They look like he's ejaculating Tic Tacs.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how she was able to aim it so it all just straight into her mouth.
Straight into her mouth.
Usually it goes everywhere. You don't know because each spurt has a different projectile.
I kind of like when he stands up at the end and you can see his little
ding dong.
Yeah.
Flopping around.
And I just mean little in the sense that he's a Minecraft block. I'm not making a commentary on his penis size.
And then she puts her bra back on and her clothes. So, first of all, we would like to congratulate the animator on the ability to take clothes on and off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a difficult thing to do for anyone. So, good job.
Should we move on to another one? We've already talked for 20 minutes.
Well, to be fair, we did introductions and we answered that question as well. It wasn't 20 minutes just on that one. The next one I'm going to suggest we go to is a really short one.
Okay.
Minecraft. Alex getting her pussy filled with cum.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, who wants to kick us off on this one?
Oh,
Wait,
boy.
so is this woman gray? Is she gray?
Yeah, she seems to have grey skin for some reason.
Wait. Okay, so maybe we're not caught up on the whole Minecraft thing. Maybe Alex is a character in Minecraft. I know Minecraft is an open world thing, but there is a story mode and they add things to it. So who are these people who are named?
I think these are just people's player characters.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these are just people's OCs. I don't think Alex is a canon character from anything.
Okay.
'Cause
I like this one because the boobs were
square.
Geometric.
They were square boobs at offset angles, which kind of worked for keeping it in angle and keeping them as separate, untouching boobs, which was an impressive skill on their part. I did wonder, were the distorted, low-quality voices supposed to be a reference to the low-fidelity visual style of Minecraft, perhaps?
What I thought happened was they played porn, they had a porn, they played it through their speakers and used their computer mic to record it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like, that they didn't know how to rip a sound file, so they played a porn and played it through their microphone and recorded it with their computer mic.
However,
I was trying to give them credit, but no, that seemed, now that I think about it, that makes so much more sense.
No, you thought it was an artistic choice.
I thought it was they were trying to do a lo-fi blocky audio style.
If that is what they did, though, at least from what I saw, like, they seem to have coordinated the animation with the sound pretty well.
Yeah, good job.
Like, the thwacking sound matches up.
Yeah, they clearly, like, had the audio and then made the visuals lined up with the audio, which seemed like a good way to do it. It
seems like they watched a porn and then they just recreated it in Minecraft, where it was, like, probably, like, a amateur film where a guy was filming his girlfriend. Because at the end, like, they kiss, and I'm like, that's a very amateur... Not amateur, but, you know, like, amateur porn thing you find on the internet where a couple is fucking and then they kiss at the end.
Yeah, I liked that. I am a fan, it turns out, of POV going in for a kiss at the end. I thought that was a nice, sweet way to end it.
I thought her facial expressions really cracked me up in this one because, like, her eyes roll back. It looks like she's summoning a demon or something.
Or she is a demon.
Or she is a demon. And then her head, like, looks like it rolls around backwards.
Is that what we look like when we, like, is that what I look like when I'm in ecstasy? Like I'm a demon?
How would I know?
I have so many questions for my partners now. Listen, I have a list of questions.
I am making a similar list of questions as we go, just being like, right, what do I have to ask people about my sex faces?
Yeah. I know, because now I'm like, when I am enjoying myself, sometimes I don't know I'm doing this, but I'm told that my eyes roll back, and I'm like, oh, so that's sexy. But now I'm like, wait a second, is it?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm pretty self-aware of, like, exactly what is going on.
I'm not. I lose all conscious thoughts.
It depends what's going on as to how aware I am, I think. But, yeah, it's... Some of these faces are terrifying, and I'm criticizing them. For all I know, that's maybe what my face looks like.
I know.
Exactly. Now I'm, like, super weird, like, oh, what a stupid sex face. And I'm like, oh, what if I do that?
Oh, no. So there's very little to say about that, because I think it was super short. It was like 20 seconds or something, I think. So
yeah, I mean, watch it just for the facial expressions, and then wonder what you do in bed as you judge this Minecraft porn.
The ads at the sides of these videos are fucking crazy.
Oh my
like,
God.
One of them is just a dick going into a butthole. And for this one, it's watch before you jerk off cartoon video that made me come 6 times. And it's Ash and, like, it's like Pokemon. And then below that is Family Guy with impossible not to come. You won't go back to regular porn after seeing this. CartoonTube.com. It's like,
wow.
What?
Look, but do you see the giant dick on that one?
It's Peter's giant Peter, and, like, Lois with jizz all over her face, looking like,
oh my god,
there was so much, and she's like,
the pair I remember from when I was watching these earlier was I think it was a Simpsons one on the left, and then on the right side of it was a Sword Art Online, like, spoof game that was like, hey, come play this sex game that we stole this anime license for. Come live inside the sex video game.
Play this before you come, like, or whatever. And it always says, this made me come 6 times. Like, why is it always 6? That's, like, a very particular number I noticed throughout the ads. 6 times this thing made you come.
Maybe that is the limit of the human body before just, like, you know, you'll die if you do more than 6 times.
Yeah,
you came as many times as possible, but you'd die if you did more.
Before
you can't
just
say
get
7.
Like, you just get, like, spider webs, like, puffing out of
I'm just
your
imagining someone jacking off, and they look at the sidebar and go, 6 times? Yeah, I want to do it 6 times, because I'm horny. But if it said 7, they'd be like, that's impossible. I'm not buying that.
I feel like it's, you know, the thing that says that you can only fold a piece of paper in half. I think it's 6 times, and then you physically can't fold it in half again. It's like that. It's maybe 6 is just, like, the number of times that something can happen before the universe is like, no, you did that 6 times, you really need to do it again.
I'm wondering, like, who this group of researchers are who are making these ads, like, sitting in a room being like, all right, what is the magic number where it seems like a lot, but not too much?
That's the thing, is that you remember somebody has to make the ad.
What is the sexiest number of times to come?
Yeah.
What is the, like, most, like, it's a fantasy, but not too fantastic? 6.
Well, but think of it this way. If you saw an ad that said, like, this made me come twice,
you're like,
it just doesn't sound as impressive, right?
And then I'm thinking, this needs 3 times, 4.
See, I just said, like, 4
6
maybe
times.
4 seems like a good number. Do you really
But
need
it's not an amazing number. So 6
a pretty
is an
good
amazing
number.
number. Yeah, but 6 is an amazing number. Like, really 6 times? But if you said 7 or 8, you'd be like, that's not possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It all seems impossible to me. After once, I'm just like, okay, goodbye.
That is
Leave
totally
me
fair.
alone.
So next up we have Minecraft, It's Winter,
Yes!
square brackets, Sebi X Snowman.
I really hope these are not, like, YouTube personality, like, characters, you know?
Yeah, some of
there's YouTubers.
right down the end, the roleplay Minecraft comic one, I genuinely don't know if it's meant to be based on some real YouTubers or something, but...
Oh, boy.
It was not made clear, so as far as we know, we just know character names.
Yeah, if these are YouTubers, we're sorry, we genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sebi X Snowman, who wants to kick us off?
All right, so...
I want to just, like, she makes a snowman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as the snowman is made, becomes sentient. And she's like,
and
oh,
gets
it's
a
alive.
carrot, and gets a carrot dick.
It gets a carrot boner. And then the snowman, I am unaware of if this is snowman... trigger warning, like, rape, or is it like she made the snowman to want to fuck her? Because at the beginning she shakes her head, but at the end camera zooms in on her, she's smiling and winks.
Oh yeah,
so,
no, like the initial moment, the snowman appears to offer a hug, and she shakes her head no, and
no, the snowman has a boner at that point, so I'm assuming the snowman is offering sex.
Well, but he puts his arms out like a hug motion, but he has an erection, and she says no, and he maybe pushes her down, but the second that sex starts, she seems enthusiastically consenting, and she winks at the end, and everything once the sex starts implies that it was enthusiastic, and I don't know whether this was something she created the snowman to do.
To be clear, in real life, if someone shakes their head, that's when you stop. You don't wait until after the sex and they wink at you, okay?
No, exactly. Yeah. Like, in reality, it's like putting the arms out for the hug with a boner and someone says no, you don't push them to the ground.
You stop moving.
Yeah.
You move away.
I like that she has that long blonde Elsa hair, so it's like, do you want to fuck a snowman? She's got a really cute outfit on. She's got a little backwards cap and like a shoulder show top.
I think the best part of her outfit is the fact that there's a picture of a vagina where her vagina should be.
Yes.
It's not like an animated vagina. It's not a blocky one or a round one. It's a picture of a vagina.
I thought, like, other than the picture of a vagina, her character design was, like, really strong.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, I kind of like the picture of a vagina where it should be, because I feel like that matches the style a bit. Where it's just a picture on what it's supposed to represent, which is a vagina.
Yeah.
I feel like it just kind of matches the whole, like, we're watching Minecraft porn, anything goes aesthetic. Like, is there really a right or wrong way to do this?
I feel like there is. Like, I feel like rectangular square boobs is the right way to go. Like, I think there are right and wrong ways to do Minecraft porn.
I like that they put more effort into her hair, because most people, they have... Like, in the game, the hair is just a part of the body. It's just painted onto the body. Mm-hmm. This one, the hair is a three-dimensional thing coming off of the body.
Yes, which definitely I preferred vastly. So,
yes, same.
Yeah, I did just want to make, like, a comment, like, going back to the weird maybe not consent thing, and just an observation I had. So many of these Minecraft porns were silent with no verbalization, which kind of makes it more difficult for them to express enthusiastic consent.
Yes.
And that's just like a weird byproduct of the silent nature of these Minecraft porns, is that everything feels slightly less enthusiastic because there's no sound coming from the characters, or at least that's how I felt about it.
But does that make sense because Minecraft people don't really talk?
Yeah, no, it makes sense within the world, but my personal inability to separate out the fact that, like, these characters are not talking still is just, like, it's just a thing in my head that I observed was, like, I feel like there's less enthusiasm just because there's no sound, and that's just something about myself, I suppose.
Here's the thing, is that what is it? I think is there one or two where we get, like, the woman actually making noise? Like, I feel like even the one with, like, Alex getting her pussy filled with cum, where the sound design is, like, not great, it still just has, like, a really different feel to it when you can hear that everybody is on board, you know?
It felt just inherently less creepy when there was some kind of sound and not soulless silence.
Mm-hmm.
For this one, I thought it was hilarious that the snowman is what I assume lifting her up and down on his carrot penis.
Yeah.
But his arms are just sticks that are moving up and down. So it just was like sticks moving up and down as her body moves up and down.
You know, I felt like this would have made a big difference if her arms were on top of, like, his shoulders, kind of.
Yeah.
Because her arms are just at her sides. Oh, she looks like she's making a pleasure face.
Yeah, okay, so I'm skipping back to the part where this is happening. And it looks like she is happy.
Yeah, she definitely looks like she's having a good time, just based on her face, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it zooms in. I think it's implying that these pants are ripped, and that's where her vagina is.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question about the carrot dick.
Yes.
So it's a series of basically, like, the way that pyramids are done, where it's a series of, like, smaller and smaller flat layers rather than, like, a smooth edge.
It's set up like his body.
Yeah,
with the progressively smaller blocks.
It's progressively smaller blocks in order to, like, make the impression of something smoothly going to a smaller point. Mm-hmm. That looks painful to fuck.
Yeah, but if you're a Minecraft character,
I get that it's in universe, but I couldn't stop looking at it. I couldn't myself. This is just, like, Minecraft porn's clearly not for me. I couldn't detach myself from that would be really painful to fuck. Also,
I couldn't detach myself from the, like, you know, when you're cooking and you touch, like, a whole carrot.
Yeah.
I couldn't detach myself from feeling that, knowing what that texture felt like, and being like, what would that be like in my vagina?
I was wondering why what looked like solid squares would make a squelching sound. Like, that didn't seem like the right set of shapes to make that sound.
I mean, it's not your vagina, though. You don't have a Minecraft vagina.
Yeah, so would my Minecraft vagina have been a series of, like, larger getting smaller, like, square holes?
And then we have this artistic shot where it's the rule of thirds. If anyone's taken photography, it's a rule of thirds shot where she's getting fucked on the right third of the shot while we're seeing a beautiful landscape
in the background. With the clouds and, like, a topiary that's covered with snow.
I think the reason I prefer this to the best treatment ever is that while they only did one static sex act, at least they shot it from multiple angles.
Yes.
Which helped it feel a lot less like I am just watching one shot for 4 minutes.
My favorite part of this film I will call it,
this
is
work
when,
of art.
Of course, the snowman comes in her, but then the cream pie happens, and the cum comes out, and it's just a solid cylinder coming out. It's a white cylinder, and then it goes down, and then it's just an oval to just represent all the semen coming out of it, but it's just shapes.
Can I know it's semen? Is it snow?
Oh, it could be ice.
I assumed it was semen, but, like, the note I made in my notes was, it looks like toothpaste being squeezed out the toothpaste tube. And then
it's just a cylinder coming out of her vagina.
And when the snowman is done, he just kind of drops her in the cum.
Yeah. And then just watches what happens.
And then she lays there, and the camera zooms on her face, and she smiles and winks. And I'm like, I'm not sure what the character motivation was, but it seems as if she wanted ice in her vagina.
I'm glad she had a good time.
Yeah, the character model in this was superior. It didn't put boobs in there, but it took the time to animate her hair. Or make a model for her hair. So
I don't know, I like this one. The model and everything.
I think it's the one I've enjoyed the most so far. It wasn't perfect, but it tried. It stayed consistent with the rules of its universe. It did a good job.
Yeah. There were some other videos that I watched that I didn't link to everybody.
It's showing us up now.
No, I was just like getting a feel. I was just picking whatever. And like a lot of them are just like pictures of vaginas where the vagina should be. And I feel like I'm wondering, like, is that better? I feel like it's better.
You know why I reckon that's a thing? Because I reckon, like, I've not researched this in the slightest, but I imagine there have to be nude mods for Minecraft. Like, I imagine that has to be a thing. And the way that's probably done is by putting a JPEG of a vagina onto a naked character. And that probably has, as such, like, the people that make the nude mods ended up making porn, and that's where some of that came from.
I mean, isn't it a rule that if a game exists, there's a nude mod for it?
If you can think of it, it exists.
Yeah, so, like, my guess is that it probably came from the practicalities of nude mods. But maybe, who knows? Next one up is Roleplay Minecraft Comic Slideshow Edition.
I know.
I knew how important it was for us to find lesbian porn, so this was the only one I could find.
Yeah, and it's awkward in that it is a silent slideshow with text bubbles on screen.
Now, this one is the one that reminded me of role-playing on Neopets.com.
Yeah, I can see that.
Where you are, like, you have this life and, like, friends and everybody's doing different things. And I just, like, this was, like, I totally get where this is coming from.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I get the mentality of whoever created this, because this feels like the kind of thing that, like, I can see how a 15-year-old might have got bored and made this.
Not even bored. They wanted to do it. And this is their fantasy life that they live out in Minecraft.
Did you give the title of this so people can find it?
Roleplay, brackets, Minecraft Comic, Slideshow Edition. And this is a lesbian one.
Yep, square brackets around the Minecraft comic.
Yep.
So yeah, there's no background music, no words, it's all just silent with on-screen text, and it's about a house of YouTubers, maybe?
Yeah.
But they're like, they live in Minecraft, but it's called VidTube. So I think it's like an entirely made-up world that they've created where I feel like I understand this in a deep way where, like, you know, you role-play on Neopets, and I was, like, in the Neopets world, and I had my own Neopets job. And so, like, my Neopets job would upload to NeoTube or something, you know?
Yeah, it's basically like, how can I Minecraftify things that from my real life or whatever, but...
Or Minecraftify things that I want in my real life.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's a house maybe made up of all the YouTubers, and this female YouTuber who or MineTuber, I don't know if she had a name. I think some of these characters had names, but I never picked up on any of them.
They mention Lucario's Claw, but I don't know.
I know, that is somebody's
That's someone's OC.
username.
Yeah.
Like, you know how when you talk to people, but you, like, and you're role-playing, but you refer to them as their ridiculous role-playing name?
Yeah, exactly. So, whoever this guy living in the house is was supposed to write the YouTuber's video script for that day, and the script is empty. There's no script at all. And there's no video to upload, and she needs to upload a video today, so her friend takes her upstairs, and conveniently the rest of the house clear out for no apparent reason.
The character models in this are great, because, you know, there's there's some dimension to the clothing and the hair.
One guy is wearing a plaid shirt. Like,
but there's dimension to the clothing and the hair, and then, like, in order to imply the feminine form, they have this blocky look, but the blocks are curved. So it doesn't break the art direction, but it does imply a smaller waist to hip ratio.
Also, the hair is 3D. It's another one with 3D hair, which is fantastic. I'm a big fan of that 3D hair tech. So basically, the two of them go upstairs, and the YouTuber's friend is basically like, hey, you don't have a YouTube video to upload today, but it's okay. We don't need to upload to YouTube. We're going to upload something to Minecraft Pornhub.
Yeah.
And understandably, the YouTuber's not keen on making a porn video in replacement of her usual scheduled upload for the day.
And she's like, what? Like, I don't want to, like, upload this. I don't want to make a porno. And she's like, and the other one is like, well, then just don't upload it.
I think this seems like their first hookup.
Yeah, it's weird, because the YouTuber is clearly very shy of being naked around this other person, which implies that this is their first time doing anything.
Kind of an interesting choice to record a porn of the first time you hook up, but okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of, you're mine tonight, plus I can see you're getting turned on, blushes, no I'm not, you're blushing, and then the YouTuber out of nowhere is like, stop making fun of me, just fuck me already.
Yeah, well, that establishes the consent.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're role-playing consensual non-consent.
I got the...
This is a role play within a role play.
Nah, I got the impression that, like, the just fuck me already was meant to be like, no, I consent, I'm nervous, don't, wallow in my nervousness and just fuck me.
Yeah.
One artistic choice that both Stacey and I were shocked by was the depiction of vaginal fluids.
Yes.
The yellowish color to it?
The Elmer's glue vaginal fluids.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and there's a lot of, like, fluid sharing and, like, spreading.
That's some...
And, like, I was like, almost maybe, like, felt the phantom of arousal, but, like, wasn't, where my brain was like, this is meeting the specifications of what arousal should bring to you, but it's gross.
Yeah, I had very similar weird mixed feelings about this, where I was like, I don't know, what? Do
I find this, like, it meets the requirements of my brain to be aroused, but it's not doing it.
My body recognizes...
anybody listening?
Oh,
go ahead.
Stacey wants people to know that she was not aroused.
No, I'm just saying, like, if anybody listening to this is like, what the heck are they talking about? I understand. I do not understand this.
I was having my brain was just like, my brain thinks it should be aroused, but it also thinks it definitely shouldn't be, and I don't know where I fall. It's weird.
My brain was like, is this arousing? No, it's not.
It's like, it's ticking boxes, but it's not doing anything for me.
Yeah, it was like the phantom of maybe being aroused, It was just like a wisp in the air.
You're also really easy.
I know that I am. Okay?
So, I have, like, an interesting style question for this. What do you think of the stylistic choice that neither of the women has boobs?
I was like, I didn't really realize it.
I think
this
the reason...
what makes...
Yeah, I think the reason it's not so noticeable is just the fact that the 3D hair models cover up where boobs might be in such a way that it's not necessarily obvious.
I had the feeling that this was made by a 16-year-old lesbian who hasn't had sex yet.
I couldn't work out whether I thought it was made by a lesbian or not. And
it felt like it. It felt like it was...
It might be a lesbian who's not had sex but has watched porn, which would explain the presence of things like scissoring. But also the weird moment where, like, they're doing heterosexual thrusting motions but with no penis involved. And
yeah, it makes me feel like it was made by a lesbian who just hasn't had sex yet.
yeah, it's like the point where one of them sits on the other seemingly to try and share cum by...
Yes.
Like,
Share their fluids.
There's things that, like, maybe someone who's not had sex thinks might be sexy in their head from watching porn, but hasn't actually tried in practicality.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the vagina style choice in this one? How they have, like, that little, like, lip at the top?
It's not the worst way of trying to depict a vagina in Minecraft.
I mean, see, the thing is I feel like in Minecraft, you're kind of, like, limited in terms of, like, what makes sense to depict it.
And I think...
And I don't think this is the worst one out of the ones that we've seen,
It was a relatively detailed example while fitting within the logic of the art style. I thought it did alright.
I just want to say for a second that I've paused the screen and I feel like I knew what I was looking at, but the more I look at it, the less sense it makes sense to me. Yeah. Where I'm like, okay, those are legs, but are they the legs? And what's that thing? The more you look at it, the less sense it makes before you go insane. It's like looking at Cthulhu.
So yeah, like, some of the stuff was, like, relatively alright. That there was some oral and 69 and stuff going on. There was awkward scissoring. They did have
a lot of spit.
Yeah, a lot of spit.
Oh yeah, there's one part where she drools.
There's a lot of interesting...
Some people think...
And they share spit.
There's a lot of interesting facial expressions made as well. Very expressive faces.
I think a lot of spit and fluids are hot. They want to see the fluids.
It wasn't necessarily an unattractive amount of fluids.
Well, they do like the Lady and the Tramp, like with the mouths apart.
The Cruel Intentions kiss. Remember the Cruel Intentions kiss?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Where the two women kiss in the park, but like then there's like spit between them. I was like, why didn't you just use a different take for that kiss? Like, why'd there have to be so much spit in Cruel Intentions?
I like that they end with the cuddled, intertwined kiss, which is quite a nice, like, it's a very pleasant way to end it all. But there's no narrative ending to wind it down. We will never know whether she uploaded the porn that day instead of her scheduled YouTube upload.
The little this slide where, like,
the slide that I'm showing on our screen right now, where the two box vaginas are moving apart, but the slime, I can only describe this no longer as vaginal fluid, but slime is like stretching. Ectoplasm is stretched across the gap between their vaginas and like
a waterfall.
Yeah, there's no inner labia, no clitoral thing. It's just two boxes with glue slime.
Sharing their glue slime.
Across. Sharing their glue slime. This is... Like, I feel like we could make this the thumbnail of our video and nobody would know what it was. Like, they'd be like, what is that? And we wouldn't get flagged because there's just no way of knowing what we're seeing.
No, it's fine. It's just a Minecraft screenshot. God.
Yeah, it's just Minecraft. What?
Pervert? It's just glue on some boxes.
Anything else we want to say on roleplay Minecraft comic?
I think that's...
I feel like this had... it feels like a female written story for some reason.
It feels like a female written story from a woman that's not yet had sex but has watched lesbian porn and romanticizes the idea of having sex with a woman. Mm-hmm, and wants there to be some kind of like romantic aspect to it. I'm like, I'm okay with that perspective wise. You just did some weird things with thrusting and mashing glue boxes together.
It is like there are some really cute aspects of it, like where they're kind of like cuddling and stuff like that I found very endearing. And the blushing was really
the blushing.
endearing.
Or maybe
like that was really cute.
Maybe Minecraft players are just more sensitive than other gamers.
Possibly. And just like, I did like all of these sort of like the facial expressions and the cuddling up and stuff at the end. It was a nice one to watch. So I think from there, the last one we've got on our list for today is Minecraft sex animation, brackets, feedback and criticism is appreciated. Good news for you. We're going to give you feedback and criticism.
This one is one of my favorites because it just is. It's just so weird.
So my first thought is it's 1:15 long. It's not very long at all. 11 seconds are awkwardly tap, 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 walking in right angles to walk into place. Like, that's like your first 1/7.
Oh my
That's like your
God.
first 1/7 of it is tapping into place in like...
But that
But
makes it feel...
the consent is implied in that she comes towards the penis. He presents the penis, but she looks at it and she goes, and moves her body towards the penis.
Did you notice this is the only one where we see a butt?
Yes,
Wait.
it is.
Yeah, it's a round butt.
Let me rewind.
Did you
Hold
not
on.
notice the
Look.
butt?
Oh, it's
How did you not notice it?
And her labia is very round.
Yeah.
She has a clitoris,
Yeah.
outer and inner labia.
Everything
Okay.
in this is round. Like, she's got round buttocks, there's round labia, there is round boobs, and...
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got a belly button too. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they... I like the fact that because they weren't going to commit to the Minecraft style fully, they were like, okay, if we're going to have curves full stop, we might as well use them every single place that they feel appropriate.
But look how much extra work they put into the vulva area, where they have an outer and inner like thing and a clitoris.
Yeah,
that
but
they put in there.
they put all that effort into the vulva and everything. They did not put that effort into the penis, because the penis is just a square.
Well, no, it's a rectangle, a square at the top, and then like a line
For the urethra.
But
again,
I feel
like,
that's the best you can do.
It's
right?
not, but yeah, but they made round shapes of everything from the butt to the boobs to the vagina on the woman.
And the balls.
It seems odd to me that they didn't give the man a cylindrical penis.
I feel like I prefer the square penis. For this one
I
for some
prefer
reason.
it, but I just don't understand the stylistic choice of the inconsistency between the two of them.
I wonder if it's also just like...
Maybe square penis is more masculine.
Well, I think what most people are maybe looking at this for is for the female form, not for the penis. Do you know what I mean? Like, the penis is unimportant in terms of how much time
I feel for some reason I feel like I'm imagining this with a cylindrical penis, and it just doesn't work for me. I feel like the square penis just makes more sense.
So there is one other issue with that rectangular penis, is that once it's inserted, it makes like a very visible like bulge in the stomach. Which, that's a thing I've never, like, I recently discovered this was a thing, and I don't get it myself, but
because it makes the man feel like he has a large penis when he's having sex with a petite woman. So he's like, I can see my dick inside of her body, and I'm like, that's kind of weird.
That's kind of terrifying.
It's like an alien inside. Don't you think there's like that's kind of disturbing?
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to fuck this woman, but it turns out there's also a snake inside her stomach.
Or like there's like a creature trying to get out of her.
I mean, this does go to a really weird place, as you guys know.
We'll get there, but like my criticism wasn't the bulge, it's the fact that it's a square penis and a curved bulge.
Because she has Minecraft flesh coming out of her.
It is weird, but I initially thought the multicolored haired girl was looking to one side. Like, I thought she had her head to one side. It took me way too long to realize it was her hair swept over one eye.
Yes.
Oh, she has like ears or something. What is this?
Yeah, I think it's... I thought they were bows.
Oh my god. This better not be press heart to continue's character model for Minecraft.
Oh god, is that what that is?
I don't know. Let me look this up.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay, it's not. It's not. Hers is like a fox.
Okay, we're all good. Were you worrying
Woo!
that those were what the things on the top of the head were, that they might have been
fox ears? That's what made me worried. I was no.
I fully thought those were like little like bows.
I didn't know what they were, and I wrote them off straight away. So again, she has comically large, way too bouncy boobs.
Yeah.
and the hair continues under her boobs, and that's the only reason I could work out that texture was meant to be hair, is because it was bright and multicolored, and I made the connection.
Yeah, at first I was like, what is this, like, tattoos? What is this? Oh, it's her hair.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and then in hindsight, I got the other one with the brown hair was meant to be hair.
Interesting. I understood that right away, but that's maybe because I wasn't so distracted by the porn element.
I was not aroused by any of these.
No,
Right.
none of these were arousing this week. This week was an academic...
I felt just that one where I felt the
Yeah.
phantom of what felt like should be arousal, but it didn't happen.
This week was like... This week was an academic exercise, I think. But... Yeah, then when he comes, he inflates her stomach to near pregnant proportions.
He's literally impregnating her with his semen.
He's making a pregnancy belly out of just gallons of semen.
Well, that is a fetish, in anime. I've seen in hentai where they come so much her stomach inflates and then they squish her stomach and all comes out. But also, you know, there's like that inflation fetish where they like stick like a thing up somebody's butt and then they inflate their intestines with air.
I initially thought that's what we were going for, is that it was going to very quickly turn into inflation porn, which I guess it kind of maybe overlaps category-wise, but...
thankfully, in a hentai that I once watched that I immediately stopped being turned on by because it was so strange, I understand that, like, this is a thing in hentai where a guy will come so much in a woman that her stomach gets full because it's like inflated because he ejaculated so
because
much.
the stomach and the vagina are definitely connected.
Yeah.
Normally I try not to like judge about porn and stuff, but that grosses me out.
I think
Being
I'm
so
not going to
full
say
of-
that I don't understand
Yeah.
that like some people might like really be attracted to it, but it grosses
Well,
me
I
out.
think
It's like an exaggeration of the desire to copulate, where it's like, I have impregnated you immediately.
I think a lot of it is just meant to be, he is the most powerful lover, because not only is his penis so big that it's visible through her stomach, but also he's got so much virile fluid that he can fill the stomach up.
I have a very interesting whale fact.
Yes.
I can't remember which whale it is. I think it's not the blue whale, but the humpback whale. And the way, you know how like some mammals will fight for the ability to mate with the woman or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, humpback whales, they just keep fucking her, and they rely on the fact that they come so much that their cum will just push out the other dude's cum. So, like, a bunch of whales just keep fucking her, and whoever can just come the most, and come the most last, wins. And
Oh my god. So it's like a whale gang.
it's like a whale. The whales are the cum fetishists of the ocean.
So once this is done, he goes and like just takes a seat down like on the floor against the wall to look at his handiwork, and just like some of the cum just like pours out of her partially deflated stomach, just like a tap.
It's like a waterfall.
It's
of
like,
sperm.
and then it just on the floor, and he's on the floor, just sitting on the floor, looking at his handiwork.
Just like
Not even cuddling with her or anything. He walks away to sit on the floor.
and just watch.
The cold, hard floor.
He's like, yeah,
Instead of-
I done did a good job of sex. Yeah.
This is it. This is sex. This is how I know I have a... was there a confirmation squelch? I
don't remember a confirmation squelch. I think we got a confirmation, the stomach is growing considerably.
Hold on.
We got a confirmation squelch in the snowman one.
Here. Oh! Confirmation squelch. Oh, another one.
Okay, am I leaving in the sound effect of the
Yes,
porn?
leave it in. Leave it in. Leave it in.
Okay.
Confirmation squelch.
So yeah, that's all my thoughts done.
And then
I love how we've discovered a new like porn trope. Confirmation squelch.
Yeah.
Oh, and another hold on. And then another one that, like, we were talking about earlier was the, like, in all of these, it's like they want to, like, watch the porn dribble out.
You mean the semen?
The semen.
No, they want to watch the porn dribble out.
And even the one with 2 vaginas, they want to see the vaginal fluids.
They want to see fluids. There has to be, like, some sort of proof.
Proof that arousal has occurred, and fluids are on the mouth and touching and goo. Are young people just really into sliminess? Like, is it because of Double Dare? Because everyone gets slimed?
Isn't that like a 90s show?
Yeah, for 90s kids, Stacy.
Okay.
Is it like because of Nickelodeon and their sliming tactics? It's caused some sort of crazy bukkake trend through like, you know, you see all these celebrities.
These kids with the Minecraft bukkake and, you know.
Yeah, it's because of Nickelodeon, because they slimed all those celebrities on their fucking shows. And so now, you know, we all are into seeing slime. Mm-hmm. It's a sick, sick thing.
Well, as this wraps up, we get the Windows Movie Maker ending.
Yes. Where it's just end that slides across.
Fade to black.
Fade to black. End.
I think that just reinforces the whole idea that this is probably just like, let's say young adults that are just like, here is my fantasy that I would like to make in Minecraft, please.
Yeah.
Blossoming sexual beings.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful blossoming sexuality is so weird.
So there we...
Nothing is more confusing than your first sexual thought.
Yeah.
So there's that's another episode of Pixel Squirt. I hope you enjoyed us talking about rectangle dicks.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
What?
Okay, let's not do the spider one, but I'm gonna link you this, and we're gonna react live to one of I Am Cringe's videos.
Oh, what are we reacting
Are you scared,
to?
Stacey?
No.
Do you want to send me a link so I can see this live?
See, okay, how about you pick? I'm going to send you a link to their video profile page.
What, me? So I'm deciding, am I?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so they have... Let's press see all. So they have 17 videos.
Oh god, I opened so many I Am Cringe tabs.
Okay, Minecraft lesbian strap... Oh, Minecraft Enderman and Alex threesome.
I think that we should...
Orgy in the Nether.
Well, hopefully one that's not too long.
Let's not have anyone with bestiality, please.
Should we go Minecraft lesbian strap-on, 45 seconds?
Where is it?
Yes. Oh my god, Minecraft threesome... Okay, no.
Yeah. I'm going to suggest Minecraft lesbian strap-on. It's 45 seconds.
Yes. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm pressing the button. I'm going to mute it.
Okay,
just in case.
So,
we got some circular boobs. Oh,
yeah, she's cooking some meat, and her naked friend comes in with the strap-on.
Oh, she's putting the strap-on on. That is animation difficulty.
Yeah, she stepped into the strap-on.
Oh my god, look at all this, like, taking off of clothes.
Rolling up
Oh my god, the shoes came off.
Oh.
The shoes came off. They didn't just disappear.
I Am Cringe. You are doing impressive work in terms of taking clothes off.
Okay, so now the boobs are moving in sync. Like, this is mesmerizing, actually.
Yeah.
This is quite an angle from above both the heads watching the penis go in and the strap-on go in and out. That's... Oh.
Whoa, what was that? Wait a second, what was that?
Was that cum?
No!
I
Wait,
what
was
it was
that?
meant to be cum, but it looked like...
Yeah.
Again, it looked like a weird
flesh-colored.
toothpaste tube.
Wait, what is that?
What?
It's the same color as her skin.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be cum?
I think it's meant to be cum.
What else would it be?
But what cum from what? Her cum? Or is it one of those strap-ons that has the squeezy thing for when you want to come?
I'm just going to describe what it actually looks like. It looks like a skin-colored shit.
Yes.
Like, that's what it looks like, if I'm honest.
But they do have those strap-ons where if you want to, I know they have it for Bad Dragon, but I'm sure they have it for all kinds of strap-ons for people who want to ejaculate, where you have like a separate thing that you can hold on to, and when you're ready to come all over your partner, you squeeze it and it comes out of the
Well,
the strap-on.
We saw the strap-on. It doesn't have another apparatus with it.
I'm just saying these are options for people out there who want to have a strap-on that comes. This is just a side note
we
of
need to see the fluids, you know?
The fluids
we
need to happen. Even if it doesn't make sense, fluids are there, and it occurred.
I can't help but feel like this is someone who doesn't quite get how female fluids work and assumed that it's like it's like the man cum, but from the vagina hole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Fact.
Yeah.
Fact.
So that's another episode of Pixel Squirt.
All right.
Where can people find you both on the internet?
You can find me, Mari, at Geek Remix on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. And you can find our YouTube channel on the Geek Remix channel.
And then you can find me, Stacy, at Geek Remix a lot on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr.
If you want to support Stacy and I financially, because of YouTube's recent changes, it's very hard for us to make money off of ads. And it's really hard to make money off of this because of the way this is tagged and stuff. It doesn't make any ad revenue that is substantial.
You can't get money for that porn talk.
No,
yeah,
definitely
so
cannot.
if you want to support us, you can go to GameWist.com/GeekRemix. And if you want to support this, yeah.
Yep.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
And if you want to support my stuff, Laura K. Buzz pretty much everywhere. Laura K. Buzz on Twitter, YouTube, Patreon, that's what pays the bills. There we go. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.